Hello friends, welcome back. This is Nima. Today I'm making my card for episode 254 of Craft Roulette. The project is bookbinding, colors candy. Any colors I guess will work. The element rhyme with og, and for that I'm using a frog. Random letters or lettering, I'm going to use that in my background. So I'm going to put this on the side so I can keep an eye and check that I'm actually in compliance with my parameters. I already cut my card. It's an A2. The bookbinding part, I have about an inch in here. A little over an inch, like an inch and a quarter. And score at that, and it's going to open this way. Okay? My card is going to be a little bit of distress, and I have one piece that I already cut in here that it will be the base. It will go this way. And I have also another piece that I cut for the top. And that's going to be the base. On top of that, I'm using another piece. This is kind of a baby blue. The color is it's pretty, but I'm using this because this is going to be the background for my frogs. I need to make sure that this is actually matching the right way. All right, so this is going to be the direction of my stamp, and I'm going to put a little mark on the back of my card, so like that's going up, and that way when I know exactly where am I going to stamp in here. So for my card, I'm using the rhyme with frog, with og frogs, and I found these frogs. Let me just show you the stamps from Trinity Stamps. These two guys in here, those are the ones that I'm going to use, and I'm going to stamp those two together, and I have the other one already on my stamping tool, one at a time, because I'm going to stamp them as close as possible. And I'm going to draw a leaf on the bottom, and I'm using watercolor pencils to color these frogs in here. Okay? So let's move this to the side, and I'm bringing in here my card, my stamping tool, and I'm using in here to stamp a VersaFine Clear. Let me check that I have it on the right location. Yep, right position in there. All right. This is frog number 1. Mrs. Frog. Now let me stamp in here Mr. Frog. And Mr. Frog is just, I guess, singing or something maybe to her. Oops. There you go. So let me put my stamps in here. So one more thing that I'm going to do in here is that I'm going to draw like a lotus pad leaves, and I'm going to do it kind of on a heart shape in there. And then this is sitting in a pond. All right. So that's my sketching here, and I'm using my watercolor pencils. I'm using Bronzell, and probably I'm mispronouncing that. Okay. And I'm going to color my frogs in here. My frogs, they're green. Yeah, obviously. Kind of cute frogs in here. So now that my piece is dry and I added a little more blue around the pad, I'm gonna add some distress this a little bit. I'm using vintage photo, and like I said, these colors, they're changing. They're gonna be changing, and the look of this, I want to make it look like an old book that we found. This. I use this color of card so I wouldn't have to paint the background. Instead of using white or beige, give it a little bit of different tone. Now I need to remember that I have to add the lettering, and I'm thinking I'm going to do some stamping. Or maybe I can also use stencils. I have these lettering stencils, but then these ones are going to be kind of too big in there. The other option that I have is to use some tone-on-tone stamping. I do have from my mixed media project some stamps that I'm going to show you. That's the one that I'm thinking I will use for this. So this is from my art journal. I'm putting that. All right, so let me just show you what it is, the way that it will look. And I'm just going to add kind of on the background a little bit, not too much. And I have color that looks very similar to the background. And that's what I'm going to use to stamp this in here. And I'm going to do it in a very informal way. So I'm using this tumble glass. And I just want some kind of little bit in there. I do have this stamp. It doesn't really kind of, it's not like you can read. So stamping in there first so I can stamp in here, adding some texture. Little bit of second hand. Try not to stamp the frogs. Let's do this in here. All right. Just a little bit of on the background in there. All right. So that's just going to help with the background in here. This is going to go on top of this one, but I also want to add some shade around. And for that one, I'm adding ground espresso. Just glue this on top. I'm going to confirm that this is the direction. Yep. That I have for my card to go. Yep. And let's add some of the distressed oxide ground espresso to these edges. Sorry that I'm outside of the camera. And that's to the top of my card in here. All right. Now, I'm thinking that my chocolates and my candies in here, they're more like, I have a little bit of everything. My favorite candies are, try not to eat too many candies, but I do love M&Ms. And this could be the chocolate of the M&Ms. Yep, the chocolate part. Then you have also M&Ms that comes in every color, including greens and blues. Let's glue this one in here. Okay. And I do have a ribbon that I found, very different ribbon. Let's bring a piece in here. And it's like a story. Actually, you can read the whole, there's literally letters in here that you can read. And it's a story, this is a very old thing. It's called Once Upon a Time. I believe it's for scrapbooking. And then it has the ribbons and the chipboard. And I'm going to add a little bit of that ribbon. The reason why I didn't fold it on there is because it's such a thick ribbon that it will create like a really, really big kind of gap lifting it in there. So I'm just going to put it in there and then trim the excess on either side. And it's fantastic because it has its own glue in there. Let me just remove this part. Okay. And then I have also a sentiment that I'm going to use. That it is part of this. It's a chipboard, and it will go with all the story that we're trying to narrate in here. And I'm gonna put right in here, happily ever after. And then for my candies, and this is something that I found in here, I'm gonna use this Valentine candies, sweethearts, that they are like the heart with the message. I actually found a bunch of hearts, and I'm gonna glue them around. Yeah, why not? So I have that. And I found some others in here. Let me just trim this part in here. This is for the ribbon. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to put some of these hearts in here, because these are the all right. So my Valentine candies. There's also the colors, and it has actually lettering, but then it brings the colors that I want to bring. That is the those sweetheart candies colors. Let's check the card, make sure that we are in agreement with all the parameters. That's the last one in here. Okay, so let's move this away. See if I can bring this in a little. So here is the card. We have a book binding. Let's open this way. Colors, candies, sweethearts are my candies. Element that rhyme with art, the frogs. And the letters or letterings, we have letters not only in the message but also on the little hearts around. And so I hope you like my card. And again, this was for Craft Roulette 254. And don't miss the next one, next Friday, every Friday, starting at 7 p.m. And you're going to have so much fun. It's a great show. Bye. See you in the next one.